When it comes to applying animations, there are a few types of animations that can be applied. So first of all, an animation can be applied to any object within a slide. So for example, text or an image or a smart art graphic. And the idea here is that an animation can allow us to have the object enter the slide, have it be emphasized on the slide itself, or have the object exit the slide. And there's a few special ones as well having to do with 3D models, but we'll get to that a little bit later. So let's get started by going to slide 2. And again, I said that you can use animations on a lot of different objects, and remember that an object is just anything I can click on that shows the adjustment handles on the corners and on the top, bottom, left, and right when I click on it. So if I click on this title here, this title placeholder object, this, it is in fact an object, and so we can apply an animation to it. So let's apply the zoom animation to this one. So let's just click on Hiking Tours, and we're going to go to Shape Format, or excuse me, we're going to go to Animations, and we're going to choose the zoom option. So let's click on the More button, and let's find the zoom option. And so one thing you have to be aware of is that there are different types of animations, as I was just mentioning. And so if a test just says to use the zoom animation, pay attention to whether it's the zoom entrance animation or the zoom exit animation. In our case, we're going to use the zoom entrance animation. Great, and then now let's apply an animation to the content placeholder below with the bullets inside of it. To this one, we're going to give it a fade entrance effect. It's already present in our gallery up here, so I'll just click on it up here. And you'll notice that it fades each of the bullets in one at a time rather than all at the same time. Okay, so we'll talk later about a way to have them all zoom in, or all come in at the same time. Okay, so in the now let's go to the timing group. So we still should be selecting the content placeholder right here. And in the Animations tab and in the timing group, we're going to go with a duration of 2 seconds. Okay, so that's just going to make it take a little longer for the animation to execute. And just like with transitions, I can always click on Preview to see what the animations on the current slide are going to look like when this slide is actually reached in the presentation itself. And the order of these animations is evident in what we call the animation pane, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Let's go to slide 3, and we're going to click on the title placeholder, and let's go with the split entrance effect right here. So let's go to the More button, and then look for split. There we go. Okay, and then now let's choose Spotlight Tour. This is just a simple text box, or you can also think of it as just a shape that has been entered onto the slide with some text in it. Regardless, it's basically a shape object overall, but we can animate that as well. So let's click on that and then go to More. And this time we don't want this to enter our slide. We want it to be present on the slide at the very beginning, and we also want it to be present on the slide at the very end of the animation progression. So instead of using an entrance animation or an exit animation, we're going to use an emphasis animation called Teeter. Okay, and it's going to give a brief a view of that. Okay, so let's use Preview and then see what it looks like. Let's now go to slide 2, and in the Animations tab, again, because there's so many animations to keep track of here, let's open the animation pane to get a better idea of the order. So I can see my animation pane on the right-hand side. I can fully expand to see all of the individual animations present within this content placeholder. Okay, so here's the collapsed version, and here's the expanded version. So there's really, 6 different animations happening within this one content placeholder, right? Animations 2 to 7. Okay, great. So let's click on one of these green boxes here, and you'll see that it'll allow us to select each of the animations on the slide itself. Okay, And as you saw me do before, I can collapse or expand it like so. Great. So now let's just play. First of all, let's just click away for a second and let's play all of these animations one after another. And that's going to do the same thing as us previewing the animations, except it's going to show us actually run through each animation one at a time in their full duration. Okay, each of them lasting 2 seconds there.